Maybe this is me feeling overly optimistic, but I feel like we're starting to see the dot of light at the end of the tunnel. And whether you like it or not, the past year and a half have revealed some things about ourselves and the things around us. They say that it's in the hardest of times do we make the biggest of changes. And unfortunately, it's taken us a pandemic for us to start seeing them. It's taken us a pandemic to talk about mental health and realize how much we've taken it for granted for such a long time. For us to acknowledge the concept of boundary between life and work. One of the hardest things for me personally, and I'm sure for you too, is this concept of, pushing yourself to work while pretending the things around you are normal. Overworking has always been a problem in the Indian workforce. This obligation that's been created to work past your hours over consistent longer periods of time is so normalized that we start feeling guilty when we actually wrap up on time. And while these problems still exist to this day, at least the conversation has picked up. And it's sad that it took us a pandemic to start it. It's taken us a pandemic to spend time with the one human we should be caring about the most, ourselves. To sort of take a moment and pull ourselves out of the noisy world that we used to live in and just enjoy the silences.
When I was growing up, there was this statement, I think it was Pascal, he said, all of man's problems arise because he cannot sit by himself in a room for 30 minutes alone.
It's taken us a pandemic to realize that something as simple as a walk down the street or a simple visit to a friend or a family member can be a luxury. I've never been one for spending time with relatives because you know how it goes. Indian aunties and youth, not exactly the match made in heaven. But whether they know it or not, they've sort of been in my thoughts more frequently than they've ever been these days. And I've just sort of thought to myself, why weren't they before? What was the need for a pandemic for me to realize this? It's taken us a pandemic to realize that the ones who seem the least important in our lives are actually the ones that are helping us the most. I spent a good chunk of my schooling years in South Africa, Johannesburg, where school kids were sort of ingrained in this culture of saying good morning, good evening, good afternoon, have a nice day, have a good day, Merry Christmas, and stuff like that. And while you made your way from the entrance to your class, you probably saw around 20 people, your friends, your classmates, your teachers, the director of the school, and also people who sort of are in the lower level management of operating the school. But you had to wish everyone you saw. And that was something that always latched on to me. And once I came back to India, this always stuck with me. And I remember my family being in a store. We were Diwali shopping and we had got done and the lady at the counter was billing. I collected my dresses and the covers and I said Happy Diwali to her. And I clearly remember this. She had this interesting reaction of, you talking to me? I mean, are you wishing me? And it was this reaction of happiness mixed with shock. But today when I see us stacking strangers such as healthcare workers, nurses, delivery boys, I am totally unimpressed because, again, it shouldn't have taken us a pandemic for us to start doing this. And hey, speaking of people, it's taken us a pandemic to realize that religion, caste, cultural backgrounds, ethnicity are some of the least qualifying factors we should be thinking of before helping someone else. And help should be extended from a place of neutrality rather than all of these qualifying factors that we as a country are so accustomed to looking at while helping another human being. Now, this sort of reminds me of a recent incident I had in Bangalore where I was into an accident the previous night and I was basically out for the evening and I had to go back to my home before 10 p.m. in the night because of a curfew. I was traveling a bit fast and next thing I know I was on the floor with a slew of bruises on my arm, on my legs, and I basically couldn't move. I got through the night. The next morning, I was trying to find some hospitals around the place because I wasn't familiar with the city. And this random dude just walked up to me, and he was Punjabi, and he just walked up and he introduced himself saying, "Hey, my name is Jaskaran, and do you want me to take you to the hospital?" And it sort of got me thinking of how the media has always portrayed this whole South versus North narrative about how we are supposedly different people altogether. But it's selfless acts like these that actually propel the spirit of the nation. And as much as I am happy that the pandemic sort of brought to light and accelerated kindness as a whole without these boundaries, I would have been much, much more happier if he had started doing it before. And for me personally, it's taken a pandemic for me to realize, reflect, understand, and act on the things that I truly enjoy doing the most. No, I'm not saying that you should come out of the pandemic with a set of skills and achievements that you didn't have before. We already have a bunch of influencers already doing that, completely oblivious to the fact that getting through the year merely has been an achievement of its own. But all I'm saying is pay attention. Because amid the mess, there's the chance that all of this has revealed some changes that you wanted to make that you didn't have the time for before. And maybe you could carry some of those changes when you go back into the world. And so this video is simply an unoriginal reminder that hard times are the greatest catalyst for change. And maybe that one change that you've been wanting to make is the only change you've been looking for all along. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.